Ooh, welcome to a special spooky Halloween stream. Hello, we're back. Welcome back. Hopefully, you're all having a good day. I'm also having a good one. A bit of an impromptu Halloween stream. I honestly wasn't planning on streaming today, and then I was like, there was a few factors, I guess, that sort of went into it. It was like, um, I had the time. But then I was like, what game would I even play? Repo had an update yesterday, which I did try with a few friends. They added 10 new monsters. So there's a lot more to see. So like, what is it? I feel like I mentioned this already, but I started playing Repo recently with friends again after not playing it for a while, and the game like genuinely feels a lot darker and a lot scarier than it used to be. I feel like it wasn't this bad. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they did like a reset on the settings or something, and it's to make it so that it's like uh it's like more darker than it previously was. I don't know. I don't know. But either way, we are back. Welcome back. So yeah, today we are going to, like I said, play Repo. We're only gonna play it for a little bit because I said so. um, a nice little Halloween treat because why not? Um, let's see. I am looking at the news. Sorry, I didn't say that. But I am, in fact, looking at the news. Um, so yeah, the game is not only has been updated, but it's also currently free to play for the remaining week, the weekend. I mean. I guess because of the Halloween season and also because of the update. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna play. I guess this is my first time playing it solo. I usually play it with like a few friends. So we'll see how it goes. Um, yeah, we'll play for a bit, and then like I said on Wednesday, we'll be back tomorrow for more Terraria, potentially, perchance. That is the goal. But there's other games we could also give a try. We tried out. What did we try out? We tried Far Far West. That game was actually pretty good. Even though I only did like a mission and it was like a solo mission. Um, it seems to have a good idea on its head, or whatever. And what else? Dual Night Abyss is still a thing that I want to continue trying out for a bit, at least until I get like bored of it. Or I feel like I'm not that interested. At the moment, I'm still like interested in it, so we're gonna keep on trying it out until I become uninterested with it. Um, what else is there to talk about? There was something else. Oh yeah, Soulframe had a little bit of a mini update. They basically added like a Halloween event, like most games are doing nowadays. I believe it was the Halloween event that was already in the game last time. At least that's what I've heard. But there might be new rewards or something. I don't know. I kind of like briefly read what was added. There's like a scarecrow that you have to like break something and you get rewards. I don't even know what the rewards are. Maybe someone will make a video about it and I'll watch it. But that's something maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, there isn't any news talking about. Let's just head right into the game, shall we? There's no point in um stalling, I guess. All right. Patch notes. Exclamation mark spook. has been added for today and today only. I have selected three because honestly I could only find three good ones. Um, three screams to play at random when someone types exclamation mark spook. I believe it's on like a 3 minute cooldown, but if I set it up wrong, I might be wrong about that. I tested it out earlier today because I was like, if I'm gonna stream, it'd be nice to like do something. I couldn't really think of anything else, and I still haven't figured out. Wait, where's Steam? I still haven't figured out animations yet, so I haven't like I wasn't able to like I don't know insert bats or something or other, something like that. Um, so yeah, that's what you get. That's that's all you're getting. A little scream here and there. Use it wisely because it's only going to be here for today, and I'll remove it for tomorrow. What am I looking at? So yeah, let me load up Repo. Let's get right into the game, shall we? Asuka is still going along. What is it? Because of how like long the days are, I think I'm like 8 days into the game. And remember, I extended the length of the year. So I think last time it was like 7 days or even 8 days of spring. I believe it's still spring right now, but I also extended the time for days. And at the moment, I'm like slowly but surely catching up to where I was before. I already have access to the mine, which is, something that took me a while the first playthrough. Um, and I am already making metal weapons and stuff like that, metal tools specifically. So yeah, because of how long days are, I'm like, oh, wait, oops. Oh wait, I need to make the screen smaller. I usually play this in full screen when I play with friends, so that's why. Wait, can I not change the size? Graphics. Or maybe I have to change it manually. Windowed? Full screen? Oh, yeah. Looks like I'm gonna have to change it manually. Okay. All fine and dandy. What was he saying? Yeah. So basically, like, I'm slowly but surely catching up with where I was, um, in my first playthrough. I guess one of the issues with playing custom is that like you don't get certain you don't get achievements, which makes sense, I guess, in hindsight. I should have I should have thought that through. Not that there's a lot of achievements that I still need to get. I think like let me see. There's an achievement for cooking steaks. There's an achievement for doing all the farming related activities, which I haven't even done in my new game. Oh wait, oops, this is not what I wanted. There's an achievement for cooking a lot of fish. Achievement for getting a sizable amount. I mean, I could honestly do all these achievements very easily, but obviously I need to like go into my old world, my streamer world, and survive the winter. Because some of these require me to be able to collect mushrooms, which I think you can't do during the winter. And then another one requires me to discover a rare fish, which might require me to like build a boat and sail into the ocean to fish out into the ocean. But I remember like seeing somewhere. I don't know if this is true or if it's been fixed. But I remember seeing that like boats are bugged at this certain point of the game. So like maybe it's fine if I make a boat, but my villagers should not go on boats because they will get stuck in them and then they will starve and dehydrate to death and they'll die, which is a spooky thing. Ooh, spooky. Remember? It's whatever. Okay. Private game. A game with the best computer should host. Haha, yes. Pick best region. UA East. Oh, apparently I already had a game. It only was for 0 seconds. It was way earlier this year. Holy shit. Alright, we'll just make a new game. I'll host it. Password. Do I have a password? I just hit skip. What did that do? Did I have to put a password? I don't know. Anyway. I'll host it as a private game in case anyone joins. But if I'm just playing by myself, that's also fine too, you know? What was I even saying? Yeah, Asuka. Part of me, oh, okay, kind of like a stupid joke, but part of me was like, maybe at some point today during the repo stream, I should switch to playing Deadlock because nothing's scarier than playing a MOBA game. Ooh, I'm playing a MOBA, playing a game that you're kind of obsessed with, but haven't actually played at all because all you do is watch content about it, but don't actually sit down to play it. Ooh, spooky. I don't know. Either way, let's get started. Everyone ready? Once the game is started, new players cannot join. They can join, but you have to restart the game, which you have to get to like a save point to get people to join. I've played these games before. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, new update for Repo came out yesterday, I think. They added a bunch of new monsters. I've only met one new monster. Balloon Boy, as I like to call him. Apparently one of my teammates uh met another monster, which was a dog, apparently, that you could pet. Um but I didn't see that monster. I was busy hiding from other monsters in the game. So, you know, it's kind of hard to like be scared cuz like what is it? The game is all dark, but my background's actually quite light. Should I do something about that? If I pause, does it pause the game for real? I don't actually know. Hold on. Let me change the background to something dark for now. Nightlight off until 9 p.m. What? Nightlight? Uh, no. Ah, here we go. Background. Use color dark. What was that? Okay, I guess maybe. Hold on. Maybe it doesn't pause the game because like, what was that sound? Okay, I made the background dark. To hopefully add to the spookiness. I also have the lights turned off, which I don't know, may or may not add to the fear factor, you know. But yeah, I don't know. This might not be as scary as as most horror games would be, because I would call myself a repo veteran. I've played these games before, as a as someone might say. Oh, look at this guy. It's a friend. Oh my god. Holy shit, that actually scared me. I did not know it did that. Fuck. Okay, there's a lot of loot here. I was not expecting to hear my voice called back to me. I don't like that. Did I see something there? Or am I going crazy? I don't know what to expect with a lot of these new monsters. TBH. I have no clue how they work. Okay, I'm actually starting to get scared now. I was trying to play it off as if I was cool, but There's a reason why I usually play these games with other people and not alone. Anyway, it's a good idea that I made sure that this stream was not gonna last long, because the idea of playing this game any longer than maybe like an hour or so by myself does not sound that fun. But the first couple of levels shouldn't be that bad, I don't think. The first level's usually quite safe. There's about like one or two monsters, and then like maybe the second level has like two or three. This is supposed to be a basketball that's square. When I saw this thing yesterday, I thought it was like a pumpkin. Pumpkin. Alright, we only need 9k. This is a sizable amount, 13k. I could leave now, but it's in my best interest to scour as much money as I can, so that I could buy a bunch of upgrades to make my game a lot easier. I'm surprised I haven't seen a monster yet, though. They're usually not this elusive. Low key, my throat's getting dry with how, like, how scared I'm getting. What is that? The cage. We are leaving. It wanted to be caught. The hell does that mean? Dude, I have no clue what's going on. Honestly, it's scary that I haven't seen a monster yet, and if I were to see one, because then I'd be able to react to it. This area doesn't have any hiding areas. Ooh. 70k is a lot. And I can't pick up that big thing. Far too heavy for someone like me. There's a lot more hiding areas here. God. Game like this should not be scaring me as much as it is. I feel like maybe I should be a little bit embarrassed. Oh, look, this banana. Is it a banana? Banana with a bow tie. Plantain. Okay, I think I got everything. The only thing I'm missing is that big thing, which I think I'm far too weak on my own to be able to pick it up. My cart's pretty full already. I doubt I'll be able to fit anything else in the cart. Alright, time to walk back home. Slowly but surely. Keep my peepers peeled. Where the fuck is the monsters, dude? Strength. Oh, wait. Yo, kinda clutch. Okay, now the issue with this is that it takes up a lot of my screen. Oh. Okay, it's just that guy. Whew. I'm glad he didn't see me. I'm expecting the new monsters. I've low-key seen a little bit of the new monsters. And they're actually, like, genuinely creepy. Alright, the next room doesn't have any hiding spots. That's the issue. And you make it to the room in front. Did he do that? What the fuck? That's new. He didn't used to make noises like that. Where'd he go? Oh, lost my basketball. No fucking way. I don't know if he saw me there. I guess the area wasn't too well hidden, TBH. Damn. I talked a big game like, oh, look at me. The first level wasn't that bad. But look, he got cooked. So what's gonna happen here? It's usually like the Battle Royale mode. I just get thrown out? Okay. Oh shit. If you play multiple people, once you lose, you have to like fight each other. And the winner is crowned like the king of losers or whatever. Alright. That enemy is pretty hard. Most enemies, if they catch you, you die for the most part. Um, Like, maybe I could have reacted faster to get out of the way and, like, try to run away. But for the most part, if you get caught, you die. Because what is it? But that guy, he does, like, 50 damage per hit. Or I think it's an insta-kill if he gets you, like, from behind or something like that. The head also does, like, 50 damage per hit. The big red dude, one slam is, like, an insta-kill for the most part. And I think those are, like, the three that, normally, like, insta-kill you. The other ones you could kind of, like, try to, like, avoid. The other ones have, like, ways to avoid them. But those three, in particular, if you get caught, you're basically dead. And I think earlier, when the game came out, it was, like, a lot easier to hide from them. Specific ones. I think the head, like, couldn't hear you. I feel like at some point they added, like, hearing to a lot of the monsters. And so, like, a lot of monsters can hear you now. Oh yeah, and then the huntsman. The huntsman also insta kills you. But it's been a minute since I've seen the huntsman in game. Classic love potion. But yeah, I don't know if any of the new monsters are also insta kills. Maybe I got too greedy, trying to get everything. Technically, I'm doing it again, but oh, the fuck is that? It's like a little rat, a little insect. I really don't like this room actually, because it's kind of hard to see like what's in front of you and behind you unless you get up to the top. Let's assess the situation. It's the duck. Okay, the duck is annoying, but as long as you don't grab him. What's that? Okay. It's the grabber. Oh god. It's an invisible dude who grabs you and then he like carries you off. Usually he's quite harmless. He doesn't do any damage. But in the later levels, he becomes kind of hard because if he grabs you, he like sometimes brings you to other enemies. And it could kill you if he sends you to like the wrong enemy. I managed to get the duck stuck by accident. Goblin head. Alright, if those are the two monsters for the first mission, that's not too bad. Because like I said, they're quite unlethal. Whoa, look at all this stuff. This is a new unicorn horn. And this goblet. I was about to say a fire, but there's no fire in it. Alright, I'm being greedy again. But it's hard not to be in this game. Maybe it's just the completionist inside of me that wants to like scour every nook and cranny to find all the potions and stuff, all the valuables. A little loss of value never hurt anyone. Oh, this magazine was the thing. Alright, we got everything, let's leave. Now it's time to go. Oh shit. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? I mentioned this briefly, but I think last time Fortnite's having a shrimp challenge update. They're also adding like pets to it, which is like currently like 50-50 on the implementation because of how like kind of greedy it is, TBH. Alright. We've done it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Alright, wait, hold on. Let me check something real quick. But yeah, not bad. Much better than the first attempt. But like I said, that first enemy is kind of like very hard. The rope, I think his name is. Very hard to avoid sometimes. What can you do type situation, you know? Alright. Let's continue. Like by taser? How good would that be? I don't know. Or a mini cart? Mini carts are pretty good when you have multiple people, but when it's only one person, I don't know how valuable that is. Strength upgrades are pretty goated. TBH. Stamina upgrades are also not that bad. Shrink gun? I could buy a grenade for like a whole lot of money. There's also... Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to do something. I forgot. Sorry. Whoops. 1 second. Maybe I should just... We don't usually buy, because what is it? When you play with like a large group, you usually buy like upgrades and stuff like that. It's very hard to like pull together money to buy like one object when everyone wants to like make their own things, you know, or buy their own things. 1 second. All right. There's also like a loose board somewhere. I think it's on the other side. There it is. There's like some secret items in there, but I don't know if I could get up there on my lonesome without some like help. All right, let's buy strength upgrade for myself. You know, it's always good to be a little stronger. And then we buy the trank gun just for protection. You never know, you know. And then for the lethal, the grenade. All right. Like I said, this is gonna be a short stream. I think we'll go as far as we can go until I die on this round. The first round, I was expecting to go survive a lot longer, but this is the life. When I die is when we'll end stream. All right. Got my strength upgrade. I got my gun. I got my grenade. I'm doing pretty fine for myself, I think. All right, now there's 2 extract points on the second level, and they grow every few days. So it's only going to get harder from here. Ooh, you know what? That's just enough to like beat the first quota, but I kind of don't want to put it in yet. I want to get more money. I like a smartphone. Head dead? Yes, maybe? Question mark. Didn't actually ever like slow down enough to like read those things. I'm usually quite like go go go. I'm definitely a lot more braver when I have more people around. TBH. The fuck? Huh? What the fuck? What's up with the tricycle? What am I supposed to do about that? do about this thing? So I think the phone is attracting them when it beeps. I have to make sure that I turn it in ASAP. I don't think the tricycle could hear me. Shit, it's doing it. But it's not enough? Oh, he kicked the thing. The barrel's suddenly not enough money. That's really bad. Big ass flashlight. Alright, tricycle's interesting. Because what is it? When it was getting damaged, because it fell over, because it collided into something, there was a ghostly figure that was spawning in on top of it. I'm trying to like understand the the enemies, the new ones specifically. Because what is it? You know, at a certain point, once I've experienced all the new enemies, I'm definitely gonna like watch a video about like explaining them all and like how to counter them. Because that's the type of person that I am. But I want to like see them first and experience them on my own before I decide to like do that. Alright, so I've met 3 out of the 10 new enemies. Or, I mean, technically, quote unquote, met 3. Because the first one I met was the balloon boy. Second one was a dog, but I didn't see that one. I was only told that it exists by my friends. And then tricycle. Tricycle doesn't look that bad. As long as you get out of its way, it might not actually be that harmful. But I guess we'll see. Or. Camera. A lot of open doors. The camera. Not bad. What is this? What's a watch? Why did I think it was gonna be a cooler looking thing? Now the big dude with the shoes that looks like a bit of a clown. He's not too bad. Like if he catches you, he does like a laser with his nose, which I think will kill you. But you could like duck under it, I think, if you're quick. He does also kick, as you saw, which I think he has to kick you like a few times to like kill you. Why is my game low-key lagging? But I think you could also aim the laser downwards to stop those people that are like ducking for cover. Much loot in one area. Crazy. Now, me stunning them with a trank gun won't do anything if I can't kill them. I think it's mostly for like emergencies if I find myself like stuck like in that first level. I might have to just carry this by hand with how heavy it is. Good amount of money if I could get all this inside the What? He just came in and rang at me. What a fucker. What an asshole. Bicycle stuck. Can't help it. No, maybe I shouldn't either. That door is stuck. And, damn, the tricycle's kind of in the way of that really big ice sculpture. I guess this is a test to see if he gets mad at you if you get close. Alright. Seems like a no. Not bad. 32K. Not just to make it home. I did miss a room, but okay. Time to ninja my way to the exit. Still don't understand fully the tricycle. Did he see me? No, he didn't. What the fuck? I went to scratch my eyes. I have no clue what happened. I got hit for 10 damage. That was my bad. Sorry, guys. I was distracted. But, hey, the trank came in clutch. Look, he saved me. Shit is goaded. Alright. What else do we need? Trap zap? Shockwave mine? Zero gravity? Explosive mine, perchance? I feel like more ways to, like, kill them isn't a bad shout. We'll get the shock mine. Trap zap doesn't. I don't think it. Does it do damage? I know the shockwave trap doesn't. Unless it's like, what's it called? Like, damage from impact. Alright. We'll get another strength upgrade. These gets quite expensive, it seems, over time. And then sprint speed, stamina. Applicator doesn't do anything. Kraus rest upgrade. There's a lot of stamina upgrades, and they're quite cheap. 2k each. Not bad. I guess this is the bonus of going solo. That all the money that I make, I get to keep to myself like a greedy person, instead of having to share my upgrades with those who I deem my friends. Crystal wouldn't be a bad idea too, to charge up the, yeah, charge up the trank gun. Alright. On to day 3. Solo day 3. It's probably not that impressive, but I think so. Look at all these upgrades just for me. 70 stamina. I'm goaded. Oh, what happened to? I would say, what happened to my gun? It looks like the crystal already got put in here. We have a lot more charge. All right, let's go. Round 3. With 70 stamina, what's gonna stop us? We could just run away from everything. See how it goes. 2 extraction points yet again. I think out of all the maps, My least favorite one is the manor. So not this one. Because that one is like super, super dark. It's super, super scary. There's 3 entrances to this place. Talk about spooky. The gnomes. You fucking stop. Okay. Well, fuck's sake. That ended very anticlimactically. That was my fault, I guess. Technically. I did hear someone come in. That's why I checked. I wasn't expecting it to be the huntsman of all people. Alright. I did say that was going to be my last live. Quite a short stream. Um, but, you know, it was a spooky stream. I'm not good at horror games, especially if I play them alone. I'm even worse. I'm um I'm a lot braver in numbers, I feel like. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. There you go. A nice little Halloween stream playing Repo. Pretty good game. Before we leave though, let's test out the spook command. Because I made it. I only made it for today, and it'd be a shame if I didn't at least play it once. Uh, and then just like took it off for tomorrow. So yeah, let's see. Let's hear a scream, shall we? Let's see what we get. Did it work? I don't think it worked. Wait, do I have to have like the game in front? Maybe it's because I don't have the game in front. Hold on. It might not work though, because what's it called? I think it has like a 3 minute cooldown. Okay. Unless I set something up wrong, it doesn't seem to work. Unless it worked the first time, but now I have to wait 3 minutes for it to play again. All right, that was a bit anticlimactic. It might have not worked because maybe the game's supposed to be in front view. You know how games do that sometimes. If you don't have the game focused, it doesn't play any sounds. Although, if that is the case, I need to fix that. There must be a way to turn that off, since games have done it before. Um. So yeah. We could wait 3 minutes, or I do have the screams in my download still. Let's see. This is the first one. Where is it? Ready? It might play automatically. Let's see. Oh wait, I didn't hear shit. What the hell? Wait, is there some? Oh wait, was it me who? Maybe something wrong with me. Ah shit. Okay, fuck. That was loud as shit. Is that loud for you guys? So that was the first one. I think I made it so that the overlay like reduces the sound a little bit for these screams, because that one is super fucking loud. Let's see the other one. Uh, these are the screams that I added. Hold on. Oh yeah, that one's a little funny one because it's so short. And then this one. Yeah, I thought that was funny because it sounds like his fucking legs explode before he starts screaming. Okay, okay, it's been 3 minutes, I think. Let's try it again. Has it not been 3 minutes yet, or it just doesn't work? It might not work. I might have fucked something up. I think I thought I did test it though. Unless I made the unless the cooldown isn't, because I put a float in, but it didn't tell me if it was like seconds or minutes. What if it was minutes and I told it to wait 360 minutes? Let's try it again. Hold on. There, worked there. Okay, it works. So yeah, I was just on cooldown. I need to test that out. I need to test out if it works if the game's not on in front, because currently it is in front. Should we wait another 3 minutes? This could be a little bit of a impromptu troubleshooting uh stream. Okay, we have to wait until that was 19, but it was like towards the end of 19. We have to wait until 8:23, and then we'll try it out again. I think I turned off my sound, which is why I couldn't hear it. All right, we'll wait. We'll wait 3 minutes. Is there anything else to talk about? Not really. Like I said before, I could do my outro spiel while I wait until 8:23. Like I said on Wednesday and earlier today, we'll be back tomorrow with more of the regular Terraria. um, we'll play a bit of Terraria. I guess we'll try to like prepare for. I think the next boss is the Brain of Cthulhu? Question mark. I think it is. We'll prepare for that. I need to get more potions. I need to set up a few things. Maybe upgrade myself. I don't know. Get more heart crystals or whatever. Um, we could also uh, what is it? We can also play more Dual Knight Abyss. I've continued to play that a little bit. I'm trying to get to at least level 40 so that I can test out how the whole character recruitment thing works. Because what is it? I talked about a bit how like it might take a very long time to unlock a character. So you're not paying in money like you would in normal gacha games, but you are paying in time, which, if the game is fun, then it's fine. But if the game's not fun, then obviously not that great. There are like, what is it? Like most gacha games, there's like missions or whatever that you have to do to like get like upgrade materials and stuff like that. And it's really interesting because in Dual Knight Abyss, they like make a game out of it. In most gacha games, at least the two that I've played religiously. Actually, in most gacha games that I've played. But what is it? In Genshin, you had to kill enemies. In Wuthering Waves, you had to kill enemies. And in any other gacha game that I've played, you have to kill enemies. But in Dual Knight Abyss, I mean, obviously there's like the kill the enemies ones, but there's also like they have objectives, basically. Like in one of the objectives, you had to like kill enemies to fill up like some sort of like potion making machine, and you had to like kill a certain enemy to stop it from like training it or whatever. That wasn't the best example, tbh. But in one of them, um, you have to escort a cart, and you have to like stick by it for the cart to move. And then once you reach the ends, you win or whatever. Is there another one? Yeah, in another one, you have to like destroy like a specific object at the end. But if you like go out of your way to kill three of the mini bosses, then it like does certain things. Like if you kill one, it stops like elites from spawning in, and if you kill another one, it like reduces the health of the object you have to kill at the end or whatever. It's very interesting. So it's not just like kill enemies, although obviously that is part of the goal. It's also like an objective. It's mainly objective based, which is very interesting for like that kind of game. Um, and the story so far has been interesting too. I'm interested to see how it ends, I guess, because I'm low-key kind of interested with what's going on. They've done a good job of like playing up the mystery of what's going on in that house, the Hypno house. All right, it should be time. Let's play Spook. The game is not centered. Repo is centered. So if I play this, it should make a sound. Let's see. Spook. Good. It does work. Okay, then I guess I just accidentally, or I didn't realize I like turned off my headphones, like the listening of it. I didn't realize that it played a sound the first time. Hey, a little bit of troubleshooting. At least it works, you know? It's mostly important like when someone follows, because obviously the overlay is not going to be front and center. And when someone follows, I want to make sure that the sound is still listenable, you know? But yeah, what is it? I made it so that, because what is it? I talked about how like, what is it? You need to have like a node in your Godot project that holds the sound. And I was like, oh, if you have that node with one sound, then you need a shit ton of nodes to hold a million sounds, right? But actually, um, what is it? Actually, I set up an array of .wav sounds, and depending on what's being played, like if it's the scream, then it reduces the volume. It selects the right scream. I made it select like a random scream between the three that I've shown off. And then it plays the sound. But that audio player is the same audio player that plays the follower sound. And I made it so that one, like, when someone follows, it specifically picks the follower notification sound, and then it plays it. So I didn't have to make a shit ton of audio players. I just needed one, and I figured out a way. I figured out how to make it so that that one plays multiple sounds. So I figured that out. It doesn't work with like other things, I'm pretty sure, because what is it? I think I compared it to how like you need to have multiple um event handlers for like commands, and I think that one is like harder to just like change like the sound one, because each command handler, once you type in that specific command, it sends an alert. So you can't change it, I'm pretty sure. Now, technically, the example also showed like a way to like program it in, so you don't have to have the command node in case you want to like slim your node tree down a bit. But I like having it on the nodes because it's like way more visible, and I could like very easily see like, oh, I have a hello command that if I type in, I think this was broken, but I fixed it. If you type in hello, I respond hello to you too, and then it like repeats your username or whatever. Um, and then obviously I added the spook command. Um, that also works. But that one has to be like separated, I'm pretty sure, because otherwise, like, how are you supposed to switch which command is being listened to and which one isn't, you know? So that one's a bit more difficult. Unless you have one listener. No, that wouldn't work either. Maybe, actually. Because you can't put multiple in there. What do you have to do? You'd have to put all of them into one command. I guess this is like the right way to do it, actually, now that I think about it. Because what is it? It gives you like aliases or whatever, or like multiple options. So what is it? You'd have to put multiple in the command, and then in the code you'd have to like suss out which one you're talking about. So it's like, if the word is spook, then do this, or if the word is hello, then do this. I guess that'd be like the cleaner way to do it instead of having multiple commands. I might try to do that, but what is it? I think we're fine for now. I don't have that many commands, but maybe in the future when I like think about adding way more, it might be a better idea to like to do it all through code instead of having a shit ton of command nodes. Um. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, I started rambling about Godot. I don't know what to work on right now. I guess technically, like, I should be working on the animation thing, but it's hard. I can't seem to find exactly where I'm looking for because what is the issue? It's like a dual issue. It's like I should probably look up. I mean, I have looked up, but I probably need to like look into more animation trees and how they work. But also the way it might the issue might also be with the way I'm doing things, which if I haven't explained it already, I am using Godot's like native Blender importer where you could like link a Blender file to Godot and then it automatically loads it into Godot and you could tell, in Blender what you want shown, what you don't want shown and stuff like that. And I feel like that maybe adds a layer of complexity to it because I'm not just importing these animations using like GLTF or whatever it's called. I'm importing it within Blender. So it's like maybe it bypasses like a few steps or something. Maybe that's what's like complicated me. And then there's also like the whole import thing where like I've talked about this already. How like my goblin character might need a bone mask or a bone system to be able to like transfer animations from like one goblin to another. Uh, but there's only like the humanoid bone path, and I haven't figured out how to make like custom bone paths because there's no videos on it. But it has to have been done before because I did see a video about someone like assigning like a quadruped four-legged dog bone profile or whatever I called it. I already forgot. I'm so sorry. Um, so yeah, I don't know like what the right way is. And I'm like, I don't want to like I guess like part of me is also like I don't want to like go down the line following like a specific video tutorial if I find out that like maybe that's not the best way of doing things or whatever. But I haven't found one that like I can use because what is it? Yeah. I mean, I've showed it before. The only three animations I have for the goblin are like the idle, which is like, the leg swinging animation. Um, oh no, that's a different animation. Sorry. There's the leg swinging animation that plays on where it's supposed to play on my little goblin sitting on the log, which isn't playing right now, as you could see, because his legs are like perpetually stuck at the end of the kicking animation. Um, what was I gonna say? I feel like, hold on, are these turtles like too far away from each other? Am I crazy? Why do I feel like they are? I don't know what happened there. Anyway, um, let me type something out. Hold on. Yeah, they were. What? It was like a message that was deleted or something. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I think it was. No, never mind. I don't know. What was it saying? I forgot what I was saying. I gotta be distracted. I'm so sorry. That's a terrible habit of mine, getting distracted while talking. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have to figure out because yeah, oh yeah, I was talking about the animations that I have. The leg kicking, and I have like an idol where he just like swings his arms and ears slightly like move, and then there's like a walking animation which is kind of broken right now that I need to fix. But obviously, I want it so that like I want to be able. I want the goblins to walk around on their own, and I don't know the best way to do that because like I'm like I guess I'm like thinking too grand or something. Because what is it like? I am basically trying to give them their own like AI. I want them to like. I guess this is like state machine sort of things, which was what I started like looking into like earlier this year, but I never actually like sat down to like learn. So I might have to look into that again. But yeah, I want them to like, you know, I don't know if I need to set up like a tile map or something like that, or a way for them to like detect where they are or something like that. I don't know like what the best course of action is, because I want them to like walk around. I want them to avoid falling into the water. How do I tell them like to do that? But or if they fall into the water, then it's like whatever. But like I want them to walk into frame and like I don't know, do things. I want them to like look around, occasionally like stop to do an emote or something. Um, and then like I want to add more things to the overlay. Like I had an idea. This is like I think like way early on, um, of an idea that I had where it's like, and this involves me like unlocking channel points, which is like something that I need to do. Wait, hold on. But yeah, what was I saying? But the idea was that like there would be a goal that people would be able to submit channel points to sort of like build up to. Like my first idea was that like obviously in this overlay, the left and right slide are split up via a lake. So the first goal would be to like build a bridge. And then so after like there's a certain amount of channel points are like submitted, then the goblins will work towards building a lake. Building a lake, building a bridge, and they'd build a bridge. And I don't know if I would like animate all the different stages of that specifically, but I don't know how that would actually like go about working. But you know, things in the overlay would change over time as people like contributed channel points to like these ideas that I had on like additions. So it seems like, you know, oh, the community's building things for the overlay and you know, and then there was also that other idea that I had which I talked about on stream where it's like, you know, if you submit a certain amount of channel points, a higher number probably, you could design your own goblin, either just a texture, or if you're like more Blender savvy, you could make your own goblin in Blender, and then you could just send me the file or send me the texture, and I can implement it inside of Godot, and then you could see him walking around, and he could also be part of the goblins that get thrown occasionally. Um, so yeah, I need to figure that out because what is it? Obviously, tying animations with actual movements and stuff like that. I need to look into animation trees a lot more. And I don't know if I need to like set up a way for like the goblins to detect where they're standing at. I don't know how any of that works. Maybe I need to look into that instead. Instead of like looking up how to animations work, I need to look up how to set up like an AI, a 3D character entity that I don't control that will just like walk around and do things based on like I feel like what was it? I don't know. It kind of like an animation tree where it's like walk around for like this or this amount of seconds, stop, do something, either like roll like a random number, and then based on the selection, either like sit still, maybe look around, maybe do an emo, or continue walking in a different direction, and then just like repeat that over and over again. If they fall into the lake, then haha, what an idiot, he fell into the lake. But you know what I mean. I need to figure all this stuff out. Well, this is just what am I even doing? This turned into like from spooky stream to like overlay talk stream. Anyway, that's about it for today. Sorry about that. Um, we'll see how that goes. But this was the spooky Halloween stream and the spooky Halloween overlay. Not very spooky, and honestly not very Halloweeny. The only thing sort of kind of Halloween esque were the pumpkins, but that's more of like a fall thing. They weren't even carved to have like faces or anything. But you know, ideas for next year. The next major holiday that I'm going to, I guess, gear my overlay towards will be, I guess, Christmas. So I'll have to, you know, start thinking about the costumes. Um, I need to import the costumes that I've made before into Godot and make sure that they work. I also need to change up the background because what is it? Snowy? I need to make it snowy maybe. I need to add some sort of snow particles as well. That would be nice as well. And then oh, maybe the lake should freeze over, but then that would kind of fuck up the whole like if you fall into the lake you despawn sort of idea. If you could just like walk on the lake, so maybe not that. We can still have it freeze over, but like maybe maybe I could just add like a hole where the turtles fall into. That's like open, because like almost like frozen lake fishing or whatever people do, where they cut a hole in the ice and then they fish on top of the ice. Pretty crazy stuff. Um, what is it? Snowing, presents, Christmas tree, perchance. There was that one year where I made like a Christmas tree on stream, or I had a Christmas tree on my overlay that people could add ornaments to. I might do that again now, but instead, obviously, in a 3D tree. Um, what else did I want to say? I also had like a shadow of like a Santa Claus figure flying over, which is pretty cool. Maybe I should try to figure that out. Again, that all has falls into like the whole animation thing. One thing that I want to add, kind of a uh, secret plans. These are like super far away. Or I guess there's two things that I'll mention real quick for those who managed to catch this part. Um, Super secret. Number one, I want to be able to somehow transition from my little goblin just sitting on the log to me like full on controlling him with WSND, so I could walk around the overlay itself and like have a camera follow behind me. That means I have to like develop everything else that you can't see from the overlay, but that does sound kind of cool. But who knows if that's actually gonna happen. Second thing I want to do, I think Burley suggested a way to be able to show off my models in a 3D way, in you know inside of the overlay. And a way I thought about implementing that is that it's kind of like a scene change where like my goblin would open up the mouth really large and they would go into basically his mouth, and then inside the mouth would be like a different world where it's like there's like pedestals and I'll have all the models that I've made. um I think someone else suggested like doing a runway thing, like maybe that might be interesting as well, but it's sort of in a first person sort of sense. I'd be able to walk around and show off my models in a 3D plane, in a 3D way. That'd also be pretty cool. Who knows if these ideas are actually going to come to pass? They seem rather complicated. At least with my current knowledge about what the hell I'm doing. I need to clean up my code. I need to like find a good place to like be like I'm done, or like this is a good place to like not done, but a good place to like do a bit of a checkpoint where I go through everything and delete things that I feel like are just like there for no reason, because there's a lot of like code that I tried out that like didn't work out, and so I just hit it but didn't delete it. And so there's like a lot of areas in my scripts where it's like one line inside of a method, and then like it's like 5 lines of like hidden code that didn't work out. um so it looks like way bigger than it actually is. I need to like delete all that stuff. I guess my thinking was like, oh, I might reuse this later, or I might need this later, so I'll just keep it here instead of deleting it. But that's just kind of like a hoarder sort of mindset. um anyway, I need to stop. This really did turn into like a overlay talking sort of thing instead of spooky. Ooh, nothing scarier than dread about doing a whole lot of stuff that you don't understand. Ooh, spooky. I don't know. Anyway, that's about it for today. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for watching. Have a spooky rest of your evening, rest of your night, rest of your day. And I'm gonna go now. See you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Ooh. Bye.